lot of projects going on right now, either completed or in post-production. Do you enjoy staying this busy?
Yes. Hard answer, yes. You have to stay busy, right?
Right. What can fans expect to see from your latest work that's either going to be out in theaters or streaming?
Well, I have a movie on Netflix right now called We Some in the Darkness, starring Alexander Daddario and Johnny Knoxville. It's a great time. Please watch that flick. It's fantastic. Um, and actually, we're actually doing a recut of Legend of Hell's Gate, the 10-year anniversary director's cut.
Okay.
So I'm excited to have that out later on this year. So everybody can enjoy the movie now, and then they'll come back and see a different version, which is pretty
Oh,
exciting.
cool. I was just revisiting that and the scene in Doc Holliday's when he's doing the tooth extraction. It just cracks me up.
Yeah, yeah, it was painful.
um,
That was one of my favorite days on set, without question. That was a blast. Jamie Thomas King really brought historical character Doc Holliday to life, so that was great.
Absolutely. It was a funny scene too. Pretty more gruesome than I anticipated, but it was good. You're an established actor, producer, director, writer. Do any of these elements of filmmaking call to you more than the other, or you like the whole package?
I'd hate to sit here and lie to you and say that I don't love the acting aspect. That's the most fun to be a part of the story. But at the same time, I love to tell stories too. Acting I think is the most fun, but maybe the most rewarding is actually being at the helm of director or even producing some projects. So I kind of like it all. I like the whole bag.
Absolutely. You've acted in a number of films that you've written and directed, including Legends of Hell's Gate and the upcoming The Best Worst Christmas Ever. How do you manage juggling so many roles on a single project at the same time?
Um, that's a good question. I think you got to be a little crazy. I think you got to be a little crazy. It's one of those things where it's like when you craft a story and you work with the team, I'm so fortunate to get to work with consistently. You build that rapport, and it's you do a western, you do a Christmas comedy, you do a drama, and you really get to benefit from all those things that they give you back as an artist. So I think it's for me, I just like finding that group of people I love to make movies with, whether I be in front of the camera or behind it.
Mhm.
And I've been fortunate in my career to get to work with a lot of the same people. So I mean, that's a pretty special deal.
Absolutely. And you mentioned your work in, westerns and Christmas movies. Is there a particular genre that you like to do work in more so than the others?
I really like westerns and Christmas movies. I'm actually shooting a film that Sean Hart, great cinematographer, is actually directing called The Sentinel right now. And it's a total drama, totally kind of an escape from what I'm normally used to, being lucky enough to get to play. And that's been kind of fun as of recent to bounce back and forth from so many different kinds of genres. But when it comes down to me making a movie, I want to make another western. I want to make a couple of them. So that's probably my favorite still.
That's awesome. I know westerns are kind of a lost art. Not a lot of them make the mainstream, or you just don't hear about them. So
Yeah.
it's cool to find that little niche that you're in, and you do it very.
Yeah. So it should have picked something better, maybe.
No, I think it's great. I'm all for a western renaissance.
Yeah.
Sports also seem to be a big passion of yours, particularly you have your golfing line. But is there anything about the physicality of filmmaking and acting in sports? Is that why you're so interested in both, or is there some other intersection that appeals to you?
That's a great question. I did a movie called Six Bullets to Hell, in another Western and more of a spaghetti Western. We actually shot it in Spain on the sets of Sergio Leone, which was incredible. But I remember the physicality of like riding the horse at the speed that we were riding for long periods of time. It'd be hard to say that sometimes as an actor, you're required to be an athlete as well. But yeah, I definitely love me some golf, and been playing a lot for the last year with not a lot of motion pictures being made. So I try to bring that athlete mentality to just about anything you do. It's kind of shaped, I think, hopefully who I am as a person, and hopefully as a director and stuff as well. But a lot of people respond to it. So yeah, I love the athlete mentality when it comes to filmmaking.
Absolutely. There's a lot of carryover just in terms of discipline and focus.
Yeah, especially in golf. So probably why I can't stop playing the game.
Outside of filmmaking or performance style roles, you're the founders of Mammoth Film Festival.
Yeah, man, the film festival.
So, what inspired you to create this festival that gives voice to other performers and filmmakers?
I think just being a part of the festival system as in my own career path,
Mhm.
getting I mean, I'm just so lucky to get to go to some of the best film festivals on the planet, and I'm such a festival rat. I owe my career to what film festivals have provided, and so I just felt really inspired to create something that could hopefully do that for other people. And what we've been able to do with Mammoth Film Festival in the last couple of years has blown my mind. We've been so fortunate to, be the world premiere destination for a lot of films, and we're really harnessing in on that and finding, a lot of actors have turned director and they premiered their films at Mammoth Film Festival. So we're just so grateful and fortunate. And we want to keep expanding as much as we can. Film's a beautiful thing, and we're just grateful to be a part of letting it, get out there to the audiences that are eager to see it.
And while we're talking about Mammoth Film Festival, one of the coolest things to come from it is the Her Voice division that
Yeah,
celebrates female filmmakers. What was the
Alexander
impetus in
Chando, she's fantastic.
what was the impetus in developing this important program?
Well, it was definitely, largely in part to Alexandra Chando, later on Blair Bomar. They both eagerly were excited to engage in creating something that, would give females their voice. So Her Voice was created, but even me myself, all of my mentors have been females. Suzanne Weiner, Sarah Green really took me under their wing. I was a young kid, eager to learn, and what I saw them do, just was the best education you could possibly have. So. They are the queens. They are amazing, and I just think they deserve to have their voice heard. So it's incredible that Alexandra has been able to shape that division of Mammoth Film Festival.
Great. Um, Speaking of, continuing on this film festival in a post-COVID world, what's next? I know that everything is going distant for at least another, probably another year or so. It's got to throw a wrench in some plans or help inspire more.
Yeah, well, I've been playing a lot of golf, as we know, but I do have a picture coming up in the end of May. We're going to begin production on a film called. We actually started shooting it before COVID,
Mhm.
and we were going to come back in April of last year, and those plans were shattered, obviously. So we've already shot half the movie, and we're going back to shoot the second half in May of this year. So thank goodness we're all getting back to work. But a great film directed by Sean Hart, and hopefully we'll see it in 2022.
Excellent. And when can we expect that 10th anniversary of Hell's Gate again? I just want to make sure we have that.
It's funny you ask. Like right behind me, it's being worked on in the back room over here. So we're cutting away. It's been incredible to kind of reopen the we're doing surgery, so we're excited to see footage that I literally have not seen in 10 years. So, well, part of it's just me being like, going back, let me see that again, instead of actually getting it done. But I would say probably I would look for a world premiere either at the end of this year or early 2022. We may premiere it at Mammoth Film Festival, lead by example over there. But I'm very excited for the 10-year anniversary. But I'm excited that it's coming out now. A lot of audience haven't seen this picture.
Yeah, for sure.
It kind of got buried in our distribution deal very early on, and there's some great talent in this film.
Oh yeah, the cast is massive, and everyone is
It's a big cast.
yeah, and they're all impressive.
Yeah.
You mentioned golf, but is there anything else that you do to decompress after a long day of acting, directing, or facilitating an international film festival?
Yeah, well, you'll catch me on my couch watching movies. I still like to keep up with what's going on. I will say it's gotten incredibly difficult to almost stay up with. There's so much content out there, with all the streaming and everything else. But it's also opened up. I will say, COVID has done one thing. I've seen a lot of European films. We're kind of starving for content right now. And if glass half full, we've opened up the door to seeing a lot of things you might have not have seen, as Netflix has brought in a lot of stuff from other countries, with some really creative stuff. So I think we're just making the best of everything right now.
For sure. But yeah, you like you're saying, the content that's been coming out is great, and just everything's been so much more accessible with the way streaming has been happening. So
I know I'm terrible because I like to watch. I'm a movie theater guy, but I've been watching a lot of stuff on my cell phone.
mhm,
It's just kind of the world we're living in now.
that's right. You're a part of social media. Do you have do you find enjoyment having instant feedback from fans and the ability to interact on the regular?
Um, I'm not gonna, sit here and kid you and say that when you're promoting something, that is not a great instrument to do so. So, to get creative with that is a lot of fun. Yeah, every once in a while, you just get really involved and engulfed in that world. It's 2021. You're living right here on your cell phone. But yeah, I find a lot of fun in it. Yeah, most of the time I'm, posting stuff for my friends to laugh at, and if anybody else enjoys it, that's fantastic too. But it's also a really great way to just stay in touch with people. I mean, people that it's kind of killed the class reunion, but it's at the same time you really keep up with people, so it's great.
Absolutely. And what would you like to say to fans and supporters of your work? I know we're looking forward to a lot of good stuff coming from you.
Well, I appreciate that. Man, I'm at your feet. Appreciate it. I hope everybody enjoys this movie that meant so much to me. It's my first feature film I ever got to make. Be on the lookout for the 10-year anniversary coming out. But I hope that hopefully somebody can see something in this Western that they haven't seen in a Western before.
Absolutely. Right. That